Another video. I hope that you are good. So today is the 3rd of December, as you can see. The family have started putting up Christmas decorations. I personally think it's a little bit too early, but I do get called the Grinch a lot at this time of the year, so maybe it's just me. But today I thought I would do my reverse diet update. I know I said that I would do this in my last vlog, but that vlog just ended up being too long, so decided to do it in a separate video. So I'm going to film that today for you. What I'll do is I will talk about how my reverse diet has gone. I'll do some, share a physique update, do some comparisons to like my physique, around showtime and to how it is now. Like, I am like a stone up, so there is like quite visible difference, which would be quite interesting to, kind of share the body composition changes, etc. But I'm also going to talk about how this reverse diet has gone in comparison to last year's reverse diet, because last year's did not go to plan and this year's has, and there are so many things that I have learned, and also so many benefits of reverse dieting properly that I have experienced this time around, which I want to go into as well. So yeah, we'll do all of that in a bit. I'm just eating my pre-workout meal and then I'm going to go to the gym. I've got a couple of PT clients and then I'm going to train myself, and then as soon as I get back I will jump in to this video and give you all an update. I'm also going to put a question box up on my story about reverse dieting and stuff, so hopefully we'll get a few questions off that I can answer and sit down and chat about in the vlog as well. So catch you then. Guys, I just come home to like the sweetest little gift off my niece, and I could actually like cry. She's actually just like melted my heart, right? So, oh god, I just caught myself in the viewfinder. Post-workout look is not a look, but anyway, I'm just gonna show you because I'm like, I actually fucking love her so much, right? Let me just flip the camera. So, she's gifted me this little basket. Look at the note. Hey Chloe, I couldn't be any prouder seeing you on this journey to becoming an absolute girl boss. You've inspired so many and helped so many people achieve their goals. Keep being you, boo. I hope you enjoy these wax melts made especially for you. Onwards and upwards. Like, can we just stop? Like, I'm gonna cry. So she's put lots of little wax melts in, like, and then this one is Great Girl, and then we have Snow Fairy and Lemon and Lime, which I'm really excited to try because I love the smell of lemon and lime. And she's even given me like a new wax melts thing. I'm just a little bit obsessed. Like, how sweet. I actually fucking love it. That note had me. Oh, anyway, back to the reverse diet thing. Her thing is Kelsey's crystals, by the way, if you want anything. But just obsessed. Okay, so reverse diet update time. So where am I currently at? 7 weeks post show, and we have managed to reverse very, very well, which I'm very proud of myself for, because last year's reverse was a shambles, which I will talk about in a minute. But yeah, this year has gone so well. We're roughly 7 weeks post show now. No, we are 7 weeks post show. 7 weeks post show, and we're roughly sitting around 6 to 7 kilos above stage weight, which is really good going, to be fair. Like, I'm very, very happy with kind of the rate of gain. Like, I've not had a drastic shock like I did last time, and it's just gone so much better. And we have managed to push food up to 2,200 calories with 300 grams of carbs, which is just amazing for me. And then that's on training days, and then on rest days it's a little bit lower. We have 1,800 calories and about 150 grams of carbs, so fats are a bit higher on that day. But yeah, I'm really happy with where my food is at. Like, weight of gain is, you know, at a good rate at the moment, so we are holding things now, but I am very happy with how things have gone. I'll put up some comparisons. So here is kind of where how my physique looked on like show weekend, and then here is kind of what I'm looking like now as of this week. So as you can definitely tell, we have put on some body fat, you know. The details have faded, the lines have faded, especially in my rear shot, but you know, it is what it is. Like, I need to gain the weight, I need to, you know, be healthy and strong, and I'm certainly starting to feel those things, which is really, really nice. Like this week, like in regards to, you know, health, this time it has gone so much better. Like, I got my menstrual cycle back 5 weeks post show, which is amazing. Last year I didn't get it back till 5 months post show, and I'm not exaggerating, it was 5 months. So 5 weeks is incredible, and I'm really, really happy, and it just goes to show like the power of reversing properly and really trying your best to kind of stay in control, really, because I definitely didn't do that last time. So yeah, I mean, in comparison to last time, I'll go straight into that now. Like, I have done so much better. Like, last year was an absolute shambles, but I did learn some lessons from that. So, you know, last year post show, I'm not gonna lie, I just ate like a dick. I binged, like, I just went crazy, and I couldn't rein it back in. And I think within like a 2-month period, 2.5 months, I gained 16 kilos back. I'd barely left the house because I felt so embarrassed at how quickly I'd gained weight. I wasn't training very much because I didn't want to leave the house because of how quickly I'd gained all the weight, and I was a little bit embarrassed. And it just wasn't a nice place to be in, like mentally or physically. So I'll pop up some comparisons. So like, here was like the end of my first prep, and then here was the check-in like 8 or 9 weeks after that. So yeah, massive rebound. Like I said, around 16 kilos very, very quickly, and because of the way I'd gained that weight, I could not reverse, because it was from binging, it wasn't through like daily nutrition. I could not push my food up high, so I think the highest I got my food was 1,800 calories, and I was just gaining weight rapidly, even once I'd reined in like the binging and stuff, and it just was really, really hard. I did try to like kind of mini cut in like the kind of January after I took that photo that I've just shown, after that check-in, but I couldn't stick to it. Like mentally, I just could not stick to the diet, and I did end up over 20 kilos above stage weight before I began this last prep that I did. And some might say, you know, why did you prep when, you know, you hadn't got your food high, your body wasn't in a good position? And the reason I still prepped is, one, I had an invite to the British finals, and God knows if I'll ever get an invite again. I was like, I have to experience this. And two, I needed to diet anyway to get fairly lean so that I could reverse out properly and kind of undo the damage that I'd done to like my metabolic like kind of rate and all that kind of stuff, and like insulin resistance, because I just was not in a good place. So I couldn't push food up. Like, I needed to get leaner to be able to undo all of that damage basically. And in my head I was like, if I'm getting lean, I'm getting on stage, because I don't like being like lean, and I don't like dieting. So I was like, I need a goal, and I need to have kind of a reason to do it, otherwise I'm not gonna do it. So I went for it, and I have no regrets, because, you know, I went from this to this in 18 to 20 weeks. I think it was 18 weeks with Alex, and I'd done like a couple of weeks dieting before that. But yeah, very happy with my decision. You know, I got my first place. I didn't place in the finals, but I didn't expect to either. But I am just, yeah, I have no regrets about doing that. And then I've reversed out properly this year, because all of last year was a learning curve, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, this year, like, this coming year, like, obviously it is December now, but next year I'm not sure whether I'm going to compete, because I really want to make sure that the next time I step on stage, I don't have a judge say to me, a little more glutes would be nice, or added glute development, because my glutes are my weak area and I do need to bring them up, and glutes are one of the hardest muscles to grow, especially like for me. Like, I struggle to grow my glutes, and I think that's partly because I don't like training them, but I have struggled to grow my glutes. I mean, I did improve compared to last year. You can definitely see more details, which I'll show now. But yeah, like, I want to make sure that my glutes are looking a lot fuller and more dense next time I step on stage. So I'm not sure whether I'll, you know, just do a really good full year of growing and then look to compete in 24 or maybe 25. But I'm not sure about 2023 as of yet. It really does depend how my body responds to this off season. Obviously, I've managed to get food higher, like training's in a good spot already, health's in a good spot, so you never know, I might blow up and be willing to compete next year. But like I said, I do want to really make sure that I have made significant improvements before I step on stage next time. So yeah, I think that's a thorough update, maybe. I think so. Training split is 3 lower sessions for obvious reasons. I need to grow my glutes. So yeah, we've got quad focused, hamstring focused, and glute focused, but in all 3 of those sessions my glutes are on fire. So I think it's more of a mentality trick saying that it's not glutes 3 times a week, but yeah, that's where we're at. I'm really happy with how this reverse has gone. Like, body composition is in a decent spot. We might do a couple of tidy up phases over the next kind of few months, just to, you know, not going to do a few, but I know in the next couple of months we'll do a tidy up phase just to keep body composition in a good spot as we go through this off season, and we'll probably schedule those in every few months just to keep things in a good spot, so that I don't end up 22 kilos above stage weight and having to diet like a maniac into a show like I did this year, because we don't want that again. I can't believe I got through that prep. I look back now and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? Like, it was disgusting. Like, the prep was a disgusting prep. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I smiled the whole way through it. Like, I did cry a few times, but who doesn't on a prep? I think if you don't cry on a prep, you have not prepped right. Just loading up a couple of questions. So I put a little question box on my Instagram story for like reverse diet and kind of off-season questions, and I got a few through, so I'm just going to go through a couple of them. The first one was, what was the first thing you ate post-show? First thing I ate post-show, so after my first show, we went for a curry, and then I was straight back on plan because I had a show the weekend after for PCA finals. But after the PCA finals, I had a cookie, what's it called? The cookie dealer. Was it the cookie dealer I got? No. Oh, what are they called? I had a cookie thing. I can't remember what the company it was from. But it was like a little slab that Roshan had bought me, and I had like half of that. And then we went to, where did we go? We went to this pub called, I'm not very good at remembering things. It's something cow anyway. And I got like a burger and some nachos. And then, yeah, basically the day after that, I had my photo shoot, and I chose to have a Subway salad, which a few people were like, why is she choosing to have a Subway salad? But I just love the Subway salads. I don't know what it is about that. And I had like that day kind of off plan and went to this restaurant in Chester, which is like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I just had a little bit of everything I'd been craving that night. And then after that, the day after, straight back on plan because I wanted to really nail the reverse. So I had a good few different things over like a 2-day period, but got straight back on plan on the kind of Monday, which was good, and I'm glad I did. So that was what I had. that was not the first thing, that was like everything I had post-show. Did you have any binge urges, and if so, how did you overcome them? So binging is something, like I said before, that I really struggled with after my last shows last year, after my first season. And this year, of course, I had binge urges, especially once I started kind of adding more foods in. Like my sweet cravings went through the roof. I was starving all the time. Like it was in, like, the hunger was just crazy. But the way I handled those urges was just by reminding myself of how I did not want to end up in the situation I ended up in last year. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, like sometimes I would just look at my rebound photo and I'd be like, it is not worth it. Like, no matter how much you eat when you have just finished competing, you will never feel satisfied or full. Those cravings won't go away because your body is literally like dying for food. It's like, just feed me. So I just have to sit there and literally talk to myself and be like, look, Chloe, you are not hungry. You are not hungry. This is just your human instincts. You need to just control it. You don't want to end up where you want to be. Like, I was sitting there talking to myself sometimes just to kind of get through it. I'd go and distract myself. Like, I'd go for a walk, or I would colour, or just put something on, just stay on my phone, scroll through like TikTok, or just something that was easy, kind of digestible information that was just short and just kept me entertained. Yeah, it was just about distraction and reminding myself of my goals and reminding myself of where I don't want to end up again, which was binging over and over again, because you won't stop once you start. So that is what I kept telling myself. That's kind of how I handled it. I also said to my mum as well, I said, keep an eye on me. If you think I'm, you know, being a dick, tell me. And I think just knowing that she was kind of keeping an eye kind of made me a little bit more cautious of things as well. So that helped. The next one was, how are you dealing with the weight gain? So basically, I just remind myself again of what my goals are. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some days at the moment where I look at myself and I'm like, oh my god, I've gained so much weight, and I feel like a little bit insecure. But then I just remind myself of kind of what my goals are. And like, my goal at the moment is to grow and develop my muscularity, and I'm not going to do that if I stay in a deficit and try and stay lean. Obviously we're going to keep composition in a good spot, but like, I want to grow as much muscle as I can, as quickly as I can. So to that, we need to push food up, we need to train hard, and with that, you know, comes weight gain. And I just keep reminding myself that this is a journey. You know, if I want to be a competitive bodybuilder, I need to get comfortable doing the bodybuilding part of bodybuilding, which is the improvement phase. It is the off season. It is the gaining weight and the gaining muscularity. Like, the prep and the competing side of things is just kind of like the icing on the cake, where you know, showcase all your hard work. So I just kind of keep reminding myself of my goal. Like, I remind myself that, you know, my weight doesn't define me. Nobody's going to care if I've gained weight or lost weight or whatever, because I've been so many weights across the years, and not once has anybody ever changed that attitude towards me. And I just kind of remind myself of that as well. And just, yeah, just tell myself, like, I do not need to be a certain weight to feel good about myself. And just, yeah, just talk to myself. Like, I spend a lot of time talking to myself apparently, but just know, just remind yourself of what your goals are, that your weight does not define you, and that it is all part of the process and of the journey. And like, if you want to be competitive, you've just kind of got to suck it up sometimes and just accept it, you know. If you want to gain muscle, suck it up, I guess. And also, like, mini cuts are a thing as well. Like, if it gets too untidy, I know I can do a mini cut, like, and I'm not going to do that every 5 minutes, but it, you know, every few months, whenever my coach recommends it, then I can do that as well. So that's kind of how I deal with that. And then I'm going to do one more question. Let me choose one. Oh, well, how long do you think you'll be in off season? Like I said before, it depends how my body responds to the off season. Like, I would love to compete next year, don't get me wrong, I love competing, but like I said, I want to make significant improvements. There are other things in my life that I want to focus on at the moment. Like I want to grow my business. I want to like start looking at like my own home and all that kind of stuff. You know, I want to focus some time with my family and my friends, because, you know, those relationships do get sacrificed a little bit when you're on prep. Like there are just other things I want to focus on at the moment, but I'm not going to say I'm definitely not going to compete next year, because we might, maybe. I haven't decided yet, but at the moment I'm looking at a good, you know, full year off to grow and develop and get better and improve. So yeah, I'm gonna, okay, so my camera just died, but I had a spare battery, I was prepared. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up now anyway. I hope that you've enjoyed kind of my reverse diet update and seeing some like comparisons and hearing about how, you know, if your first kind of reverse doesn't go well, it doesn't mean that you can't fix it, and it doesn't mean that you have to give up on your goal. You can pull it back and you can, you know, do better next time. So I hope that that kind of helps anybody that might have struggled with their reverse this year. Just know that it does get easier. Like you can learn from your kind of struggles and just keep your chin up and don't give up on your goal or your dream, because you can still be a fantastic athlete even if things haven't gone to plan. So hopefully you found this video helpful or at least interesting, and I shall see you in the next video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I had a few suggestions on my last video, so I might have a look and choose one from the comments there. But yeah, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. Obviously it is very, very new and I do want to grow it, so anybody's support, well, anybody and everybody's support is kind of really, really appreciated. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye, but first of all, let's just say hello to the little doggy. Oh, did you just growl at me? No. Oh, well, now I'm a pillow. You can see right on my nose. Ah! Bye.